In this video, we'll be looking at law of indices. Law of indices is very important in economics, important in any of the department in science. Now, if you want to solve any question related to indices, you need to follow the law. Look at the first one we have here. The first law here says that x power a times x power b. Now, anytime you have multiplication like this is multiplication. The first thing you do is the coefficient is here, which is 1, but it's going to be invisible. It's like when you write now x, there is coefficient here, which is 1, power. There is also coefficient here. Now, the coefficient multiplied by coefficient here, which is going to be 1, because it's invisible, it's 1, that is why it's invisible, and we are not writing it. So because we have x and x, we take one of them to represent the two. But the power of these 2x will be plus. Anytime the base is multiplication, the power will be plus. That is saying a plus b will give us a plus b. Now this example now, look at this 2x4 bracket x. I want to use this x to multiply the two values here. So I can simply say now that 2x, I'm using 2x times x now. The coefficient here, which is 2, the coefficient here, which is 1, we multiply each other first, which is 1 here. That's 2 times 1, give me 2. Then xx, I pick 1 to represent it. The power here is 1, invisible 1, invisible 1. So it will be 1 plus 1. So my answer for this will now be there. For this one, I put plus times 1 plus, there are 4 times x. So this one, I just do it direct, 4x. Because there is no letter x here, it's just 4 times x, 4x. Now, this will be 2x raised to the power 2 plus 4x. That's the final answer. That's the final answer. Quickly on this, because there is no time, let me rub this off now. Quickly on this. Now, another way you can also do it, if you have something like this, 2x raised to the power 2 times 3x raised to the power 4. This one will give you 2 coefficient, first time coefficient will give you 6. X pick 1. Then because it's times at the base here, we are going to have this to be plus. Power will be plus. That will be 2 plus 4. This will give you 6x raised to the power 6. That's how to solve it. It's as simple as that. That's for the first one. That's for the first one. Then the second one. Then this one, anytime you have division, then we are going to be having, you can rewrite it as x raised to the power a divided by x raised to the power b, and this is going to be given anytime you have division as a base here. It's going to be 1 here divided by 1 here, which is 1. So we don't write because it's just a letter. We are representing a letter. Now the power will be minus anytime the base is division. It's not going to be a minus b. Look at the example here. We have 4x raised to the power 2. 4x raised to the power 2 divided by 2x. Now, the coefficient divided by coefficient, because it's division, that's why we are using division. If it is multiplication, we say 4 times 2, but because it's division, we say 4 divided by 2. That will give us 2. Then we pick x to represent 1. 2 power, then minus will be here when it is division at the base here. Then don't forget that it's invisible 1 here. Now, so it's going to be minus 1. So that will give us 2x, 2 minus 1 is 1. But mathematically, when it is 1, we don't write it. So we just have this final answer. That's how to solve a question like this. Then for the third one, so what do we do for the third one? Now, what we do now is, for this one, we say 1 over x raised to the power a equals x raised to the power minus a. Now, this is x raised to the power minus a. If you want to prove that this value is the same thing as this, you see, anytime you have minus in the position of power, that minus simply means 1 division. 1 division. This power, when I have 2 raised to the power minus 1, this minus means, or even 2 raised to the power minus 2, this power in the position of division, this minus in the position of power is mean 1 divided by 1 divided by something. It can be 1 division, as I have written it here. Now, I want to prove that this equals this. Now, I'm taking from here now. Now, 1 divided. So, since I've rewritten this as 1 divided, I'll just write x power a, because I don't need to rewrite minus at the position of power. I've represented with this one. Now, if I continue working now, I'll be saying my that my x raised to power minus a equals 1 divided by 1 divided by x raised to power a. You know, this is like whole number, we make it over 1. You get it? If I write 4, it means over 1. Now, that's what I've done. So what I do again, x equals 1 over 1, and in mathematics, when you are solving division like this, a fraction divided by a fraction, you know, division must change to times. So when you change to times, it's going to be, and we are going to take reciprocal of this now. We take reciprocal of x raised to power a divided by 1. When you take reciprocal of someone, it means you are going to turn it upside down. So 1 will come up over xa. Then your final answer can give you here x equals 1 times 1 times xa, x raised to power a, 1 times x raised to power x raised to. You can see that from here now, we can now prove that, we can prove that x raised to power minus a equals 1 over xa. 1 x raised to power minus a equals 1 over xa. So if you want to get a question like this now, if you want to get a question on this one, let me quickly give you something like this. If you have like this 2x raised to power 1, 2x raised to power 1, it's going to give you let's say 1 division, let's say even raised to power 2, 1 division. Then I will now rewrite 2x raised to power 2. I don't write this again because I've turned it to this. Then 2x raised to power 2 equals 1 divided by 1 divided by 2x raised to power 2 over 1, don't forget, over 1, 2x raised to power minus 2 equals 1 over 1 times, we take reciprocal, now the 1 over 2x squared equals 1 over 2x squared. 1 times 1, 1 times 2x. You can see, that's our final answer. So that is for that. Now this will let me to say this. If you are doing differentiation, in your differentiation, sometimes you'll be having a question like this, 2x. You know, when you are using power, we are going to use power function for this, n raised to power minus 1. So it's in exponential pattern now. It's given exponentially. Now you cannot differentiate this now until you take it exponential. You know, or until you convert it to exponential, you know, form. Now, how do you convert this to exponential form? So the same rule is going to be employed here. 1 over 2x. If you want to change this now, it's not going to be, don't forget, 1 division means minus. So we are going to write 2x. Instead of writing 1 division now, we just change it to raised to power minus 1. Raised to power minus 1. It's as simple as that. So you cannot take differentiation at this point now. And if you have like this, 1 over 4x is the same thing. Just write your 4x. 1 division means power 1. Because when you use that formula, our method indices now, if you convert this from 4x raised to power minus 1, it's going to give you 1 over 4x. If you use this method we have been using for this, it's going to give you 1 over 4x. If you convert this one, it's going to get back to this one. So that is or maybe I should do it for you so that you can see like this now. So this one, if I want to convert it back now, I can say 4x raised to power minus 1 equals 4. I write 1 division first. 4x raised to power 1. I don't need to write 1 because it's power 1 now. So I'll write again 4x raised to power minus 1 equals 1 divided by 1 divided by 4 over x 1 equals 1 over 1 times 1 over 4x. So that will give me 1 over 4x. It's very simple, very simple. That's all. That's all. So that is what you do if you want to differentiate with that. If you want to differentiate with that. Now, then the last one, when you have 2x brackets 2 raised to power 2. So it means all of the value here in 2 places. This will be 2x times 2x raised to power 2. So it can be 2 times 2. That will be 4. Coefficient. X will pick 1. 2 here, plus 2. That will be 4x raised to power 4. And you can, it's just very simple. That's how to solve it. Please, this is how to use indices. There are some laws, but I think these are more important for you at this stage. Thank you.